Morning, Nising. Welcome to yoga.
Hi, Denise. How are you?
Hi, welcome to yoga class. Let's begin in Sukhasana, easy seat. If you feel comfortable sitting on a block or a folded blanket, go ahead and do that. And then once you're seated, close your eyes, lengthen your spine, and then relax your shoulders. Place one hand on the chest, rest the other hand on the belly. Become aware of your breath. Hold the chest, rise and fall. Lifting on the inhalation, collapsing with the exhalation. Let your breath flow naturally. Feel the belly inflate and deflate beneath the hand. Inflating on the inhalation and deflating with the exhalation. You don't need to consciously control the breath at this point. You're just feeling it move freely through the body. Release your hands onto the knees with the palms turned down. Inhale. As you exhale, open your eyes, hinging forward from the hips. Walk the hands out, let the head hang or rest your forehead on the floor. As you inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, walk the hands in. I think you can sit up tall with me here. We're going to raise the right arm overhead, stretch through the fingertips of the right hand, rotate the chest upwards. So you're gazing up to your right sit bone glued into the floor. And inhale, center. Exhale, twisting to your right, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from the waist. And pushing away with the back hand. This time your left arm comes overhead, lateral flexion. Rotate your chest upward. Your gaze is up to the left. And your left sit bone, you're pressing evenly into the floor. Inhale, center. Exhale. As you turn to your your left, bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting from the waist. And press off the back hand. Turn to center. Bring the opposite leg in front. We're going to do our chest opener. Place the fingertips on the floor behind you. So your fingers are turned away from the hips. Roll your shoulders back to open the chest wide. Close your eyes with me. Your choice if you want to stay on the fingertips or push the entire palm into the ground. If you're easily palming the floor, try walking the hands close together until the sides of the pinky fingers touch. That's just going to open the chest a little wider. Use your Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Take long inhalations through your nose with even longer exhalations out through the nostrils. With the Ujjayi breath, you squeeze the air down the windpipe and back out again. And this just creates a hissing or a humming sound. It's happening naturally by you just activating the breath in this way, kind of making a huff sound in the back of the throat, just like you would if you're fogging up a window on a cold day. However, with this breath, our mouth is closed, or simply breathing in and out through the nose. Complete the next exhalation. Inhale, Eyes open as you take the arms overhead. Exhale, hands in front of heart center, and we'll hinge forward from the hips. Walk your hands out, let your head hang or rest the forehead on the floor. With the inhalation, you can lift your head and chest, walk the hands in, and sit up tall with me. Let's move on to all fours, getting ready for some cat-cows. Separate your knees hip width apart and place the wrists under the shoulders. Your fingers are spread wide. Inhale, lift the chest, look up, point your tailbone to the ceiling, and then press your belly button to the floor. With the exhalation, start to tuck the tailbone under, pull the navel to the spine, hollow out the belly, bring the chin to the chest. Continue with the Ujjayi breath, doing it at your own pace. Inhale to lift the chest and exhale, curling the tailbone under. Take your time with it. Exaggerate the movement. And we'll do one final cat-cow. When you complete your exhalation, you can bring your spine to a neutral position, and in your own time, come into child's pose, Balasana. Forehead resting on the floor, stacked fist, or a block. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the chest, come up to all fours and separate your knees hip width apart. Keep using the Ujjayi breath. Curl the toes under, lift the hips, bring the weight back to the heels, and press the chest to the knees. So continue to guide the heels in the direction of the floor, pushing the chest back to the knees, and turning the tailbone up to the sky. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs, and walk or step your feet forward. As you bend the knees, inhale, arms up, palms together, lift the chest, and exhale for an upward salute or Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale to your center, exhale, hinging forward from the hips, point the top of the head to the ground. Inhale, lengthening the spine, looking out in front. You can exhale, fold in half, bending the knees, palms on the mat. Step into a plank position. Bring your shoulders forward over the wrists and look out in front. Pull your navel in and up. Point the elbows to the hips. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Legs are strong, press into the tops of the feet. And exhale, bend the elbows, pushing off the floor, curl the toes under, lift the hips, and come into downward facing dog. Continue with your Ujjayi breath. Listen for that pleasant hissing or humming sound that's being created with the Ujjayi breath. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs, and walk or step your feet forward. Bend your knees and inhale, arms up, palms together, lift the chest. Exhale, reach back for an upward salute. Inhale, center. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, point the top of the head to the floor. Inhale, lengthening the spine as you look out in front. Exhale, fold in half with the knees bent and the palms on the ground. Step to your plank, looking outward, point the elbows to the hips, squeeze the upper arms to the sides of the torso. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember, lengthen the spine, then arch back. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, press off the ground, curling the toes under to lift the hips, taking it all the way back to a downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs, walk or step your feet together. Let's bend both knees, inhale, arms overhead, palms come together, lift the chest, exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, exhale, hands in front of heart center. Bring your legs as close together as you can, sides of the big toes touching or as close as possible. Bend the knees, drop the seat, pulling the navel in and up, flight tuck to the tailbone. Exhale as you lower the seat. Squeeze the inner thighs together. We'll go to warrior two with your right foot in front. Big step back onto your left. You can widen the base, which means separating the feet further apart if you'd like. Turn your head, look forward over the middle finger of the right hand. Pull the navel in and up, leg tuck to the tailbone here. Triangle poses next, straighten the front right leg, press the left hip back. Right side of the body travels in line with the right knee. Bring your left hand over the left shoulder, so you're going to move it a little closer towards the ear. Your drishti, your gaze is up to the raised left thumb. Using the Ujjayi breath, option to bind the left arm behind the back. Left hand reaching for the right inner thigh. Release the arm, turning the head, looking down at the front of the toe, bend the knee, and then step forward into standing forward bend Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Inhale to take the arms up and bring your hands together. Lift the chest. Exhale, upward salute. Inhale, center. Exhale to Utkatasana. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Sides of the knees as close together as possible. Sides of the big toes as close together as possible. Remember, we're still pulling our navel in and up with a slight tuck to the tailbone. Exhale as you lower the seat. And we'll go to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2 with the left foot in front. Step back onto the right. You can widen the face like I just did, separating the left heel from the right foot. Turn your head forward, look out over the middle finger of the left hand. Continue to pull your navel in and up, slight tuck to your tailbone. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. Ribcage straight up and down here. And straighten the left leg, coming to triangle pose. Press the right hip back. Left side of the body goes in line with the left knee. And then the right hand, you're going to bring towards your right ear. And that's going to kind of adjust the right hand over the right shoulder. You're looking upward to the right thumb. If you ever feel off balance here, just try looking to the side or down at the left big toe. Keep using the Ujjayi breath. Option to wrap the right arm behind the back with the right hand reaching for the left inner thigh. Release the arm, turn the hips down to the floor, and then we're going to bend our left knee, stepping forward to Uttanasana. Bend both knees. Inhale, Arms up, palms together, lift the chest, and exhale, upward salute. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Release the arms and turn your palms outward. Neck long, chest open wide. This is Tadasana, or mountain pose. Continue with your Ujjayi breath. Place the hands on the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Open the chest wide. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Point the top of the head to the floor. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, looking outward. Exhale, fold up. Bending both knees, palms on the ground. Step to a plank. Modify the plank. Bring the knees, tops of the feet to the floor. Drop the sit bones to the heels. And rest with me in Balasana, child's pose. You can continue to use your Ujjayi breath here. Inhale, lifting the head and chest. Come up to all fours. Drop one knee onto the ground. And we're going to swing our feet around to the shortest edge of the mat. You can come into a posture known as Bandhasana, or staff pose. Long spine, shoulders relaxed. We're going to walk our hands about 6 inches or so behind the hips. Fingers are facing the feet. Walk the heels part way up the mat. We're going into table pose, pressing through the heels and palms. Lift the hips. So the head can either look forward at the wall in front of you, and that might be the most comfortable with your neck, or you can drop the head and look up at the ceiling. If you want to go even further, point the top of the head to the floor, looking up to the ceiling, but gazing forward towards your nose rather than up and back. Keep using the Ujjayi breath. Be aware if you're holding your breath. Sometimes that happens if postures tend to be challenging. We'll lift our head looking at the wall in front, drop the hips to the floor, and return to Dandasana, staff pose. Hands alongside the hips, spine long, feet flexed. Slide the fingertips to the knees, looking down at the navel. Roll to your elbows, shoulder blades, and then let the back of the head rest on the floor. Walk the heels to the sit bones with both feet flat on the ground. Lower the small of the back to the floor. We're getting ready for a joyful baby pose or Anandasana. Pull the knees to the chest. Take the arms in between the knees and use your first 2 fingers, index and middle finger, sliding in between the big and second toe, and lock with the thumbs. Bottoms of the feet turned up to the ceiling. Thighs parallel with the ground. And as you exhale, start to guide the knees closer to the floor. Continuing to use the Ujjayi breath. Let's release our feet. Bring the knees together and lower the feet to the ground. Slide one leg out, then the other. Roll your legs in and out from the hips and let them rest. Walk your heels to the sit bones, both feet flat on the ground. Lower the small of the back to the floor. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Guide the right knee out to the side. Flex your right foot. Keep your right foot flexed and the ankle straight. Don't let it sickle in. And inhale, lift the left foot up off the floor. your decision if you want to hold on to the right shin, thread the needle, interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh as a second option. And another option would be to interlace the fingers over the front of the left shin. Using the Ujjayi breath, fill the area where you're experiencing tightness. Breathing into the tightness, using the inhalation to create space. The exhalation to gently guide the legs closer towards the chest. Continue with the Ujjayi breath, release the hands, lower the left foot to the floor and uncross the legs. Cross the left ankle over the right knee, guide the left knee out to the side. Flex your left foot, inhale, right foot up off the floor. And the same options here, you can hold on to the left shin with both hands, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, or over the front of the right shin. And as you continue with the Ujjayi breath, breathe into the tightness you're feeling. Maybe it's the outside of the left hip, maybe it's elsewhere. Just direct the breath into it using the inhalation to create space and the exhalation to gently guide the legs closer to the chest. We'll release our hands, lowering the right foot to the floor, uncross the legs. You're going to slide one leg out, then the other. Roll your legs in and out from the hips and let them rest. Walk the heels to the sit bones with both feet flat on the floor. Lower the small of the back to the ground again. We're getting ready for reclining twist. Slide your arms out to the sides with the hands in line with the shoulders. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, lower knees to the right, turning the head as you look towards your left hand. Option to rest the right hand on the left thigh. You want to go a bit further into the posture, pull the knees up towards your right elbow and extend your top left leg out, holding on to the left heel with the right hand. If you chose to do that, the knees are stacked on top of each other. If they're not, pull your right knee up towards the right elbow so that the left knee is resting on the top of the right knee. And we'll bring our head to center, both palms on the ground, both knees bent. Inhale, knees to the body, and exhale. Drop the knees to the left, this time turning the head to look towards the right. Trying to get both shoulder blades pressed evenly into the floor. My cat came for a visit here. On the left hand, it's resting on the side of the right thigh if you want. Or if you choose to go deeper, you can pull the knees up towards the left elbow, extend the right leg out and hold on to the heel. And just like before, if we did that, the knees are stacked on top of each other. So I just guided my left knee up towards my left ankle, left elbow. And we'll bring our head to center with both palms on the ground. Bring the knees to the chest. We'll move into a Ukasana. Interlace the fingers over the front of the shins and begin to roll forward, back, side to side. And your choice now to pick up the head and shoulders, roll over the lower back, give your kidneys a gentle massage. And then return to center. Release your shoulders and head to the floor. Release the hands and lower the feet to the ground. Oops, about a cat here. If you want to make any adjustments, like turning the lights off, putting a folded blanket under your head or over your body, go ahead and do that. And when you're ready, Meet me in Shavasana, corpse pose. Your legs are separated to form a letter V. You can have the heels out to the beyond the corners of the mat. If you find that comfortable, and slide the arms away from the sides of the torso. Turn your palms upward, and then wiggle your toes. Rest your feet. Move to the hands. Wiggle your fingers. Stretch all the way out through the fingertips. Curl the fingers in with a soft fist. Squeeze it a few times and just let go, letting the hands open again. And as you stay here in Shavasana, bring your awareness down to the feet. Notice the spaces in between each of the toes. Allow your hips to unwind and open. Soften the belly. Soften the throat. Relax the jawline. Creating space between the upper and bottom row of teeth. Relax the muscle in the forehead, allowing the brow to unfurl. Loosen the scalp. Bring your focus to the back of the neck. As you become aware of the back of the neck, visualize the small muscles within the back of the neck softening, letting go of any stress contained in the back of the neck. Bring your awareness to the entire length of the spine. Think about the spaces in between each of the vertebrae that make up the spine. Just lie here, letting your spine naturally decompress. Bring your awareness to your elbow joints and spaciousness within each elbow joint. Move to the wrist joints. Notice the spaciousness within each wrist joint. Take a moment to sense the hands, each finger, each knuckle joint within the finger. Even giving time to notice the spaciousness of each knuckle joint within each finger. Take this moment to become aware of how you let your body relax. Brought your mind to a sense of peace for the moment. This relaxation and peace is always available to you. You can do it so easily just by resting here on the floor. Let's take an active inhalation through the nose with an even longer exhalation out through the nostrils. When the exhale is complete, I invite you to reopen the eyes, staying comfortable on the mat. Start to wiggle the toes, roll the ankles around, roll the entire leg in and out from the hips. Let the lower half of the body rest. Wiggle your fingers again, and let your hands rest. Walk the heels to the sit bones. Once both feet are flat on the floor, you can raise your right arm overhead, rolling onto your right side and resting on your right side just for a few natural breaths. When you're ready to sit up, push your left palm into the ground and join me in Sukhasana, easy seat. We're gonna end here for the day, sealing in the benefits of today's yoga practice. Namaste. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Please encourage your other colleagues to come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I have more classes. All right, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.